Hello. So, I was recently thinking of how well I can describe a pose, like how accurately I could verbally describe a pose. And I really haven't put it that much thought into it, I realize. I realize that I've just been depending on more of the visual side to kind of do the work for me. But I had came across this website uh, which gives you a description of a pose. So something like stepping, leaning back and twisting one arm on head, eyes looking to the side. So I think that this is really helpful. I feel describing poses is helpful. Describing poses verbally is helpful in the sense that it gives you a better idea of what intention you want to go for. And also, I feel like it helps your it helps you to kind of memorize some of the forms whenever a really hard pose uh, comes up to play. But yeah, let's try this. So stepping, leaning back and twisting. One twisting, one arm on head, one arm. It could be any arm. It could be the left arm or the right arm. The other arm, um, one arm on head. Maybe the other arm could be here. The neck is a bit bent, I feel like, because it's twisting this way. Pretty good. Something like this. Looking to the side. So probably like maybe like this. So he's stepping. Maybe it's bent a bit like this. The anatomy doesn't have to be accurate. It just has to look believable enough, I feel. Even though if it looks silly. Okay, so he's stepping. Maybe he's like overstepping here with his on his tippy toes here or something. And then his other hand maybe put it behind him or something. I don't know. It's a weird pose, albeit, but it does follow everything here. Leaning back. Is he leaning back? Kinda. He looks like he's more leaning towards the side. Okay, fine. I will make sure that he is leaning back by hiding the neck more. And then putting it right here. So that his hands will be like that. And his other hand, let's make it like this. It's sort of like a flary hand. Something like that. Then he's sort of doing a salute or something, like a hand like that. Something, so, something like that, I guess. Um, yeah, but apart from that, I was thinking about how accurate can I get these poses. So I went and tested something like that the other day, and I wanted to try it here as a sort of example of like how I would go on describing poses. So if we go on Pinterest and just steal a random pose or something, maybe let's say maybe this. Okay, let's just steal this and then let's describe it now. So I would start with the head. So the head is, let me make this more visible for you guys. So head is looking to the left, slightly downwards, Yeah, I'm just describing the direction of every part of the body and trying to get it um as precise as possible. So shoulders, uh, up to down. I mean, down to up slightly. So I'm describing the tilt of the shoulders. Like I'm reading it from left to right. So I'm just gonna say down to up for simplicity's sake. Left arm. So this is the left arm according to me, like in relative to me as I see the character. So the left arm, um, holding holding headphones. Let's see. Elbow, same y-axis, same x-axis as um bottom rib around there. It's like the bottom rib cage area. Speaking of which, the rib cage tilted slightly, slightly to the left. What else can I say? What else can I say? I can say that I want to talk about the shape, like any shape comparisons. So let's say the trapezius plus arm plus forearm makes a triangle, a downward triangle kind of. And let's see, let's say that the pelvis, I mean, it looks straight, kind of. It's just the skirt that's tilted. The pelvis looks straight. Pelvis looks straight. Right arm is uh is down. How do I say this? The right arm is going down with the hands on the pocket, in the pocket, hands in pocket. And I want to describe the negative space as well. There is two negative spaces with her left, oh no, right arm. One is a space between her, what's it called? Forearm? No, elbow, something. Elbow and rib. Elbow and rib. One is a bigger space between. I want to say right arm is going down, slightly away from her. One is a bigger space between the other negative space is a bigger space between her forearm and her forearm, her wrist bending towards her, and her, what do you call them? Obliques slash pelvis or something? Her obliques slash pelvis. Cool. Legs wise, I can't really say much. I can't see it, so I'll say legs straight, probably. What else? For the forearms part, I would like to indicate the lines. So uh the deltoid line, what's it called? Like her armpit line. The armpit line is not crossing, is tangent to her bottom forearm. I don't know, brachioradius. I'll just use that as a reference. Um, her okay, so I want to draw some comparison points now. Let's say her hand is around, no, her left hand is holding, okay, let's just describe the left hand, holding her headphones, um, holding her headphones, thumb not visible, thumb is not visible, uh, first, index and middle pointing upwards, and the other two fingers pointing to the right, pointing to her nose. Okay. What else? Her eyes, eye shape is sharp, looking upwards. Pupils looking upwards, I'll say. Pupils looking upwards. What else can I say? The hair, I guess. Hair, messy. Ponytail. Strands. One strand on her bangs, one strand on top of her fringe. Is that how you call it? Fringe bangs. Ears not visible. What else can I say? Okay, let's try. Okay, let's try these descriptions. Okay, let's try these descriptions. So I'm gonna hide this. I'm gonna hide this, and I'll try to recreate the pose according to that. So let me just bring back this just in case. Right. So head is looking to the left, slightly downwards, so it'll be like that. Shoulders down to up slightly. I should have described like where the front of the chest is. So okay, let's just go with that. I should have also described how the neck looks like. Shoulders down to up slightly, so here. Left arm is holding headphones, so here. Armpit line is tangent to her brachio. What am I saying? So it's something like this, I feel like, right? Her brachio is like this. Rib cage tilted slightly to the left, so it's sort of like this. Sort of like this. Her trapezius forearm makes a downward triangle, something like this then. And this one is like, let's clean this up more. And this one, let's say the head is like this. So something like this, slightly downwards. And let's see what else. The pelvis looks straight, okay. Right arm is going slightly away from her, with hands in the pockets. Okay, something like this, with hands in their pockets. What else? One is a space between, what else? Wait, two negative spaces with her right arm. One is between her elbow and her rib, so it's like this. So I sort of know that the elbow is around the same position as her rib, and the bigger one is between her forearm and her wrist bending towards her and her oblique slash pelvis. So like this. That's one here, and then the other one is here. Something like that. Legs is straight. Yeah, check. Her left hand is holding headphones, thumb not visible. Okay. I really wish I described the direction of the forearm more. That would have really helped, but we keep going. So left hand holding headphones, thumb not visible, index and middle pointing upwards, and the other two fingers are pointing to the right side, pointing to her nose. So that means her nose is probably like, maybe her hands is like somewhat like this, since the other two fingers should be pointing to her nose. Okay, armpit line. And what else? All I did was describe the general pose. Did I get something? I wish I had described some stuff better. Let's just keep going. And then her hair. Make sure that everything is like somewhat clean. So triangle here, right here. Something like that. And what else? The hair is like what? Hair is messy, ponytail strands. I wanted to describe the. This is all I got though. I really wanted to know like the position relative. Okay, then what else? Ponytail strand, a strand on top of her fringe, something like this. So maybe something like that. And then was it her eyes? Eye shape is sharp, pupils looking downward, upwards. So I think it's like this, and then her pupils are like this, like nonchalantly. I really wish I described the expressions as well too. Something like that. Make it wider or something. Her ribs, huh? So this is her ribs. Is her elbow touching her ribs too, or no? I don't know, man. I don't know. I should have described that. So I would, okay, this is her ribs, looking straight, collarbone, pelvis, something like that. Okay, let's compare. Wait, before let's do, let me do a check, because I remember the rib cage tilted slightly to the left. So is it like this? Up to down, up to down. So this arm should be lower or something, or no, this arm should be higher. Something like that. Should be higher like this or something. Like that. And then what? The rib cage is tilted slightly to the left. So like this. Something like that. This. Okay, compare. Let us compare. Boom. Shit, bro. Okay, I could have. I needed to lean this back more here, and I needed to explain that the neck is straight. So the neck is straight, and I should have explained that it's tilted like slightly away from the audience too, because this is like dead straight, but I needed to like tilt it upwards here. I need to like rotate it away from the audience so that the nose is lower and everything. What else? Negative space, somewhat all right. I just needed to make the arms more tilted. And the pelvis more away, I feel like more straight here or something. What else? Yeah, it's mostly the head. I should tilt the head more and give it a better description of the, what's it called? Of the A better description of the eyes or something. Not the eyes, the expression. So it'll be something like that. The hmm. Oh shit, the hands as well. It was too straight up. I needed to describe the palm as moving away, and the fingers I got right. It's just the palm's rotation is not correct. The hair I'll fix up. And I was never good at drawing hair strands, but I'll try. Okay, something like that. Then the hair goes down, and the headphones protrude this way. Yeah, but I feel like describing poses kind of helps you sort of know more on like your intentions of why the pose is the way it is, and it could help you. It could help you figure out what you want from this pose. Yeah, this looks straight, straight, tilted, tilted, something like that. Yeah, something like that. But yeah, anyways, this is just my little demo on describing poses verbally as a practice, so that when you create a pose, you don't need like a visual reference at all. You need it at first, but like you can hide it later and try to just work off from your own visual library of like form and 3D space. Yeah, that's it. Thank you for watching.